And to all the young people who are here, I want you to know what I'm going to be asking for. I'm going to be asking for all of you to serve this country. Serve in the military, serve in the Peace Corps, serve in the homeless shelter, serve in some capacity for your community. And in return, we will guarantee that every single one of you can afford a college education. You invest in America, we'll invest in you. Together, we're going to move this country forward. And finally, we're going to modernize our outdated financial regulations. We're going to put in place the common sense rules of the road I've been calling for since March. Rules that will keep our market free, fair, and honest. Rules that will make sure Wall Street can never get away with the stunts that caused this crisis again. These are the changes and reforms that we need. Bottom-up growth that will create opportunity for every American. Investments in the technology and innovation that will restore prosperity and lead to new jobs and a new economy for the 21st century. Common sense regulations for our financial system that will prevent a crisis like this. Now, I won't pretend that this is going to be easy or that it's going to come without a cost. We're all going to need to sacrifice. We're all going to need to pull our weight because now more than ever, we're all in this together. What this crisis has taught us is that at the end, there's no real separation between Main Street and Wall Street. There's only the road that we're traveling on as Americans. And we will rise or fall on that journey as one nation, as one people. Now, this country and the dream it represents are being tested in a way that we haven't seen in nearly a century. We're involved in 2 wars. We've gone through the greatest financial crisis since the Great Depression. All across America, people are struggling. They're working harder just to get by. I meet families who have worked hard all their lives and yet have no idea how they're going to retire. I met a young person in Iowa who was going to school full-time, getting 3 hours sleep, and then working the night shift because she had a sister who was sick and had to try to take care of her. Nobody was providing her any help. I've met guys who lost their jobs but can't go on a job search because they can't afford to fill up their gas tank. So I know times are tough. People are going through some very, very difficult times. And each of you out here, you've got your own story to tell. But I know that future generations will judge ours by how we respond to this test. Will they say that this was a time when America lost its way and its purpose, when we allowed our own petty differences and broken politics to plunge this country into a dark and painful recession? Will they say that we turned on each other? Will they say that this was another one of those moments when America overcame? When we battled back from adversity by recognizing that common stake that we have in each other's success, that all of us, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, young, old, rich, poor, gay, straight, that all of us have a stake in each other, that I am my brother's keeper, I am my sister's keeper. That's how America's always moved forward. That's how we've always moved forward, and this is one of those moments. I realize many of you are cynical. Many of you are fed up with politics. I understand you're disappointed and even angry with your leaders. You have every right to be. But despite all of this, I'm asking you in this election to believe. Believe in this country. Believe in your ability to change it. I ask you what has been asked. I ask of you what's been asked of the American people in times of trial and turmoil throughout our history. What was asked at the beginning of the Great Depression? In his first fireside chat, Franklin Roosevelt told his fellow Americans, there is an element in the readjustment of our financial system more important than currency, more important than gold, and that's the confidence of the people themselves. Confidence and courage are the essentials of success in carrying out our plan. Let us unite in banishing fear. Together we cannot fail. Think about that. Together we cannot fail. That was the motto of every great movement in our history. That was what moved us to overcome slavery. That's what moved us to give women the right to vote. That's what moved us to give workers the right to organize. That's what moved us during the civil rights movement. That's what moved us at every juncture. America, together we cannot fail. Not now, not when we have a crisis to solve, not when we have an economy to save, not when there are so many Americans without jobs and without homes, not when there are families who can't afford to see a doctor or send their child to college or pay their bills at the end of the month, not when there's a generation that's counting on us to give them the same opportunities, the same chances that we had for ourselves. We can do this because we've done it before. You know, some of us had grandparents or maybe parents who said to themselves, I can't go to college, but I know that if I work hard, my child would go to college. Some of us had parents who said, you know, I may not be able to own a business myself, but if I put in the work, if I have a big dream, then maybe my child or my grandchild will own a business. There were women who said, maybe I can't vote, but if I work hard, maybe my daughter will be able to vote. There were immigrants who said, maybe I can't vote, and maybe I can't speak my mind, I can't worship who I want to worship because I live in a country that doesn't give us those freedoms, but I'm going to set out from distant shores to America because I hear that in America, anything is possible and you can always make it if you try. Some of us had parents who said, you know, I'm never going to be a United States Senator, but maybe my son will be a United States Senator. I'll never be the president, but maybe my son can be the president. Maybe my daughter can be the president. That's what America's about. Each generation working, fighting, struggling so that the future is better than the past. That's the moment we're in. That's what we're fighting right now. That's what this election's about. That's why I'm running for president. And if you will fight with me and work with me and roll up your sleeves, if all of you go out and vote today and tomorrow and the next day, I promise you, we will not just win Wisconsin, we will win this general election, and you and I together, we're going to change this country and change the world. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. And God bless the United States of America.
Back-to-back